Okay, I want to get into some really juicy stuff, and I don't think a lot of people or gurus or whatever they call themselves, even teachers, don't explain how they make the products that they make so well. And it does take a decent amount of tools to make a very professional course, but it doesn't take as many as you would think and not as much money as you think. See, there's really quick and easy ways to do this, and I'm going to show you the hacks on doing that right here, right now. And what we usually start off with is exactly what you're seeing me in the lower part of your screen. I record with a Logitech C930E. Now, I used to have a C920. I used to have a WebLife cam. I used to have, gosh, I even go through them all. I can't even remember all the names, but I had some expensive webcams. Some that used to cost $250, even $300. But the Logitechs have been the best webcams ever, and they have a really high quality. And the difference between the C920 and the 930 may not seem like much, but it is very big of a difference, especially when it comes to that crisp clearness of 1080p. So I suggest getting this. This is the highest upgrade. I'm going to give you links, and those links will always stay updated with the latest technology that I use. So if it may not be the same exactly inside this video, but if you use the links that I'm giving you inside the homework, then you're actually going to have always the most updated software and stuff and hardware that I have as well. So my suggestion is getting this. And when I paid for it, used to be about $99 on eBay. You can get them used for about $75 all the way down to about $50 sometimes. So it just depends, but the main idea to keep in mind is that you have to have a good quality webcam. That's the very foundation. That's why I start with this. Then the next thing is that if you're going to increase your sound quality, if you record through this webcam, I don't, it would probably be what I consider a 6.5 to maybe a 7 out of 10. It's good, but it's not great. And that's what you need to focus on. And in order to do that, I have a Rode PSA-1 swivel mount, and I'll kind of show you my room setup real quick here, and I'll flip kind of the webcam around and let you see all that I have. But the main thing is the reason we have this swivel mic is if you just got a USB microphone, the one I'm about to introduce to you, and put it on your desk with the normal mount it came with, any of those, if you maybe you heard that, but it's drastically reduced. I was pounding on my desk there and just kind of knocking on it, and all of those vibrations, all of those things are cut off a big amount. But if I had that microphone stand on my desk and it was right here with me and I knocked, you would hear that and it would sound like brrr. It just isn't something that you want as a reverberation inside people's ears as they're listening to a course or you talk about something. So be very wary about just going and getting the mic and not getting this PSA arm. The other thing that you'll need to add is a pop filter. At the end of the day, the pop filter is so inexpensive, and what it helps with is the P's and the S's. No matter what language you speak, I think that's a big idea of having a pop filter that doesn't give you that odd high-pitched sounds. There's sometimes if you don't have a pop filter, you'll see in some of your recordings there'll just be this big sharp spike. What is that? Those are those S's and those P's. But the pop filter helps clear that out so it's not as prevalent. So, and for $8, how can you not? It's going to improve the quality by about 1 additional point. Now, the most inexpensive while the best recording, and this is comparing even to like a Blue Yeti. So I've had both of those, and the differences are pretty incomparable in the sense of, you know, do you want to pay $250 or $300 for a mic, or do you just want to basically pay $55 to $65? And do not get the 2100. I've had clients that have done that just because it's inexpensive and it may cost a little bit less. Don't do that. You want to have this microphone because it needs to fit inside the actual stand and the shock mount that I'm going to give you. The 2500 is the best USB microphone by far, and setting it up's easy so that you don't have to have a midway box in order to connect your auxiliary cables or coaxial cables. and then that would transfer that data so that you could plug it into your computer as a USB. Those things cost like $250, $350 at the lowest prices. So getting a USB microphone is going to save you a lot of trouble and effort, and I've done hours of research, and this is the best. So I'm just shortcutting you right there. The next thing that you're going to want to get is a shock mount for this, because you can't just stick the PSA Rode arm, the swivel arm, into your microphone. You have to actually connect it together and then put it on another stabilizer, and the shock mount allows you to move around with this. And I don't even know, maybe you can hear this, maybe you can't. Hopefully you can't. I'm moving the microphone back and forth, and that shock mount allows me to move or have those vibrations additionally that even some of the arm may experience when I knock on the table, and it reduces it all the way down to just maybe low vibrations, low reverberations, something that's just so incomparable. So again, allows you to have that sound quality and clarity that normally you wouldn't have if you didn't have an arm, a shock mount, and of course a good USB microphone. Finally, if you don't want to go kind of overhaul, I still did because of the way my room reverberates, you can actually create a room for about less than $200 of 2-inch, and 2 inches is what I recommend, not 1, 2-inch soundproofing foam. And for me, you can either do pyramids or you can do the little zigzag lines or rows. And I'll show you that in a second. But as a absolute necessity, because it's automatically, when you're speaking into your microphone, it's going to reverberate off of a few things. And number one, it's going to be your computer screen. Number two, it's going to be whatever the wall directly next to it is. I have a little cabinet and cubby here, so it just, all the sound goes in there and it comes back out, and it comes through a few milliseconds, you know, but it just creates that weird reverberation through the microphone. So I have to have a Silverback Soundcage Pro, and you just plop this down right on top and connect it all together, the pop filter as well. And you're going to be able to speak into the microphone, and it's not going to reverberate nearly as bad, if at all. And there is the Soundcage the normal one, but I suggest the Pro because it's double the size and much better at capturing that sound that goes past the microphone so that it won't come back. Now, with that, the other final thing that I'm going to recommend is an A male to B male USB cable, 16 feet. The reason being is, even if the default one that comes with it, I think it's 4 or 6 feet, fits your computer, if it so happens that it doesn't, you're going to be waiting about a week or 2 weeks, or you're going to have to go down to Best Buy, and instead of paying $6, you're going to end up paying about $30, if not 40 sometimes. They're just crazy. So just order this inside for $6. It's just a little insurance that you can stretch it all around. And even when I have guests that come in and to my office, and so, you know, they speak, and I have a little setup over there. I have a 16-foot cable, drags around here, and there's a little microphone over there, so we can just speak like this. And that's how I do my podcasts. So that's something that I recommend. It's very inexpensive. That way you're not second guessing or wasting time. The final thing is a UG M1000L, and it's also going to come with this, by the way, so you don't have to go buy another one of these. It'll come with this. At least on Amazon it will. And it's a great drawing pad. It's how I use what I call Leonardo. And rather than showing you the website, I'm just going to go to zachmiller.com and just enter in Leo, and it's going to take you right to the website. Get Leonardo. And with that, you can actually use the board to be able to draw just like this. And I think that when you want to be interactive or screencast and be the cool guy that teaches like on the fly and amazing things, like he's so cutting edge, he has so many things. If you like how the way I present, what I do, and all that I know, then definitely get Leonardo. I think it's like $37 right now. It's in technically beta. It's been in beta for like a year and a half or two, but just get it. Even if it's $79 at its full price, it doesn't matter. It's worth it. It's really good software, and you can, you know, do a lot of cool things inside of it. just saying hello like that, people think that's awesome while you're screencasting at the same time. So that's what I happen to use, and that puts my whole entire recording of all my products on a streamline. It makes it very quick and easy. And with OBS and the settings that I'm going to be showing you, it makes recording a breeze. So real quick, let me also swing this around and just kind of show you what I have as a setup for my room. And as you can kind of see there, I have a daylight just attached right there, and even the door over there. This is all sound foam, and this is because the way my room is set up in my office has a lot of walls, as you saw over there, that kind of budge out because we have closet space in there, and I just keep all like different promotionals and things that I want to whip out in different videos all in there. So when we have that, obviously there's going to be a big reverberation. So I had to do this. All of this, it's all onto the side of me, all over there. I don't know if you saw it all the way over there, but it's basically 3/4 of this room. And that only cost me $200 in 2-inch sound foam. If you go and try and do a recording studio on your own, it's going to cost about $400 to record for about 4 hours. So this was a lot more, less inexpensive, and I think it looks cool. And at the same time, it was pretty easy. Just me and one other person just laid out a bunch of U-Haul boxes, extra larges, and then we would just spray them with a little adhesive spray. I think it was like 33M that you get from Home Depot. It's a liquid adhesive, spray it on, and then we just press on all of the things, and then we'd nail the U-Haul boxes to the wall. 4 nails holds it all because it's not light, it's foam, and then that's it. That's basically what we did. And then in order to get it on the door, obviously we didn't nail it. We actually used 2-way tape, and we did 3 long strips there. So that's kind of my hack. If you want to do that, copy what I do. But otherwise, get all of these different things, from the webcam to the PSA arm and the pop filter, so that way the recording quality is extremely high. That's what people really look for first, is the audio good. Then the second is the video and the quality of that. And then obviously after that, people like the first impressions. Then they look at the quality of the actual content, which is really what keeps the retention and the people buying. So as long as you got these first things mastered, the video and the audio, then what you make is just going to be as good as it can be. And that's the beauty about it. No looking back.